Hey guys, a video on Alibaba. Yeah, I had some fibs here to try to potentially look for a 1-2 setup here. I wanted to go to sleep, but I thought it's maybe time to do the Chinese stocks again as well. So didn't really work out here. Moved down more here on earnings day. Didn't look at the news on that day, so don't know what exactly is going on. Projections are, yeah, comparing to this quarter at least, lowering here the revenue estimations. You can look at stockanalysis.com or at Yahoo more into this, okay? What I'm gonna do is focus here on what we have. We're back above the 618, taken from this low to this high. I labeled this as a WX, but I'm gonna have to change it into an ABC now because clear three-wave move in here. Then this is also somehow a three-wave move, I guess, because you can also force a 5-wave move in here, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But okay, especially here now in this move, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 very clearly rather than a 3-wave move. That's why I'm changing the labeling into an ABC. Doesn't really matter. Both are corrections and we need to focus on these fibs especially. I'm gonna remove the pink ones. We've maxed that out. We have the 1.61, it's still below us, but yeah, ideally we don't lose this point of control, so I'm not gonna add that one. So back above the 618 here. Stay above it, ideally 125.27 for Alibaba, and get above this point of control at 132.40 is the local task, okay? And then we can try to push higher. Lose this and yeah, it becomes tricky, then we'll have to zoom out and look at this again, okay? For now, still looking at this as a three-wave structure, and then inside this C-wave, again, a three-wave structure, okay? Why? Because, yeah, the Chinese stocks are really messed up in the sense that ever since this low, yeah, this move up here, you can't label this as a 5-wave move. You need to label it as an A, B, C, and then, yeah, another three-wave move here, or yeah, you could say this is a 5-wave move in here, so we would need another 5-wave move in here, like this, A, B, and then a C-wave with a 5-wave move. Indeed, I'm gonna actually add it here as well, so you know what I'm thinking. So A, B, C inside wave A, B, and then 3, 3, and then maybe a 5-wave move up here inside wave C, inside yellow wave C, inside circle wave 3. Okay, I hope that's clear too. Going to the next one. Baidu. Yeah, I had here a drawing already. Still, I'm looking for this B wave bounce. We didn't get it yet. We lost this point of control. We have, I think that's at the 0.5 fib. By the way, on Alibaba, one more thing on the daily, bullish divergence here. Okay, one good thing maybe. We have it on Baidu as well. Yep, lower low, higher volume, lower low on lower volume. Lower low, higher RSI, bullish divergence, and then lower low on lower volume. And then, yeah, what this is, oh my god, it's indicating this 5-wave move to the downside being complete, bro. So now I'm more certain that it's, I think, time to get this bounce, okay? We have a 5-wave move down. Point of control, I'll add it like this now. First task, I think, is to get above it at 120.60. And then, yeah, we'll have to see how this looks. If it's gonna do something like this with an 886 hit, we will know, okay, be careful, this can be a B wave, and then we move down still in a C wave. If this turns out to be a 5-wave move, we can maybe do a direct push to the upside, but because we have a 5-wave move down here, yeah, I'm leaning more towards this is gonna extend, okay, to a B wave and then a C wave, still to the downside. Yep, it could do a high B wave and then a C wave that doesn't take this low, or just briefly takes it. So we don't have to go much further to the downside, but this will take more time, okay? So 120.60, and if we get above it, we'll discuss this again. I need to adjust this also now as a resistance box for wave B. And then let's move to JD. Has been the better looking one. And then we pulled these fibs. I need to adjust this, of course. It pushed higher. That's why we have the point of control always on the chart of this previous range. We respected it. Moved down now. Tested to 0.382. Can move down even more. Below us we have, this point of control and the 0.5 at around 26. And the golden ratio at 26.2. This is 26.8. And then below us we have this still. Locally, let me zoom in to see if there's any structure here. Also, this looks a little bit like a 5-wave move, but no, wait. Yeah, I mean, it does. So we could maybe get a B wave and then a C wave. Again, it would be nice to get a high B wave, then we don't have to go very deep anymore. So let's see, okay? For now, ideally push higher here locally. And then maybe I can add some resistance fibs. And I'm leaning towards this scenario because wait a minute. I'm leaning towards this scenario that we're gonna make one more low because this can be identified as a 5-wave move down. Of course, maybe it's an ABC and a wave WXY, but then your Y wave is very short compared to that W wave. So let's see, okay? We'll monitor here. If it bounces and then shows weakness here, we'll add a box here for wave C, and then we'll take it from there. Locally, I want this to push now into these fibs, and then we'll see the reaction. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.